So you want to go on vacation to Mexico, but you're wondering what the process is going to be like flying back to the United States. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, from how soon you need to get your testing before your departure from Mexico, where to get your testing, where to get your testing at the last minute, the same day of your flight, just in case you forgot, what the process is like in the airport as far as handing in your test, and all the other questionnaires you need to fill out before you can go inside the gate to board your plane. And I'm also going to tell you guys what's going to happen if you test positive on your COVID test. So make sure you watch till the end of this video. So let's get started. So as of January 26, 2021, anyone over 2 years old needs to have a negative COVID test before entering back United States if you're traveling by air. And it doesn't matter if you're vaccinated. Everyone needs to get tested. But the good news is they accept both PCR and antigen tests. And PCR is the lab test, which usually takes 24 hours. Antigen test is the rapid test, which usually only takes a few minutes. So when you're booking your hotel in Mexico, make sure you check out their COVID-19 testing protocol page. In this page, usually you'll find out whether or not they charge for testing. And some of the resorts actually do it for free. So how much are these tests? Now those rapid tests usually cost between $40 to $65. The PCR tests are usually a lot more, but there's really no reason for you to do that. The rapid test is good enough. Alright, let's move on. Now that you picked your hotel, let's go to Mexico. One of the first things you want to do after you check into that hotel in Mexico is to ask the concierge to schedule you for the COVID testing. Now you need your testing to be done within 72 hours of your flight, but the concierge knows all this information, so they'll ask you for your date of departure and the time of departure, and they'll schedule your testing accordingly and to make sure that you get it in time for your flight back. Now this is just an antigen test since we're talking about coming back to the United States in this video, but for other countries like Canada, I think you need a PCR test, so you might have to request for that. How long does it take to get your test results? Well, we were scheduled at 9 a.m. 2 days before our date of departure. And when we got there, they told us that we would have the results by 2 p.m. But I also heard that if you actually test positive, they'll let you know within 10 minutes so that you can quarantine right away. Now what happens if you forgot to get your testing scheduled and it's now your last day and it's only a few hours before your flight?
No! God, please, no!
This actually happened to us on our second trip to Mexico. We were in Isla Mujeres, and the day that we were scheduled to get our COVID testing done, there was a hurricane and it basically shut down the entire island. The whole hotel had no power and no running water. I actually have a vlog about this in my channel, so make sure you check that out. So on the day of my flight, I went to the lobby first thing in the morning, and basically they told me that I won't be able to get my testing results back in time before my flight, but they gave me an option. They told me that there's another testing company in Isla Mujeres that would come to the hotel, test us, and then have our results within 5 minutes. Yes! Now this test costed us a little bit more, but it's all worth it since we got the test literally within 2 minutes after getting swabbed. They actually came to the hotel having already printed the negative test results so that they can hand it to us immediately as soon as we got the negative test result. Which was great. It was a great experience overall. This actually leads me to another important point. Make sure you get a printed copy of your negative test result. When you get your testing at the hotel, normally they would send you the results through email, but it's very, very important that you find a computer in that hotel and print that test results out. You need a printed copy of your test results in the airport. They don't accept email or a picture of it. They need the actual printed test results. And most hotels will have a little computer kiosk that you can use to log into your email and print something. So if you don't find it, just ask the lobby and they'll point you in the right direction. Or maybe they can print it themselves. But again, it's very, very important that you have the actual physical copy of the test results when you arrive at the airport. Now at the airport, the process is actually pretty simple once you get the hang of it. At first, it's a little bit confusing, but I'll walk you through it. The first thing you want to do is see your flight agent. Now, this is where you would give them your passport, maybe check in a bag or two, show them your green card, and try to get your boarding pass. And at the same time, they'll also ask for your negative COVID test result. And they'll take the paper from you, they'll do some checks, but pretty much that's it. They just need to see that you have a negative test results before they can give you your boarding pass. Okay, that was easy. We showed them the COVID test. They checked our passports and green cards and all that stuff. And then they gave us our boarding pass. Now, after you get your boarding pass, you now head upstairs in the Cancun airport to go to the gate. And in this section, they actually split the gate into two lines. The first line is there's this lady that filters you and tells you that you need to go to this banner that's standing on the side and scan the QR code and fill out the COVID questionnaire. Now, this is what that banner looks like. And basically all you do is scan the QR code with your phone, go to the website, create an account, fill out your information, and answer some COVID questionnaires. And if there's 3 people traveling with you, only one of you actually needs to fill it out. So I filled it out for Mariko and our baby. So I just need to add a travel companion in there. And it's pretty straightforward. All they're asking you is, are you feeling well? Were you exposed to someone with COVID during your travel? Basic information like that. The whole thing took less than 5 minutes, so it's no big deal. But you might see a lot of people standing around looking confused, only because they're not really asking questions, and sometimes the gate agent actually doesn't speak English, so people are just trying to ask each other on what to do. Now, after you fill this out, the first gate agent will now let you through, so you can go to the second gate agent, which is actually the main gate agent, the gate agent that actually asks for your boarding pass, your passport, your green card, and after those, they will ask for your QR code and they will scan it. So if you fill it out for 3 people, you will get 3 QR codes and they will scan those codes. And after that, you're now in the spot where you put your items in the tray and go through the metal detectors. Once you make it past through the metal detectors and the bag x-ray security check, you're pretty much home free at this point. The gate agent before you get on your plane doesn't ask for your COVID test results anymore. So congratulations, you're home free. You can now board your plane and fly back to the United States. See, that was easy, right?
A great success!
Now let's talk about what happens if you test positive for COVID during your stay in Mexico. Now when booking for your hotel in the COVID protocol information page, make sure you check what the quarantine process is like and how much they charge you. To give you an example, this is Excellence Playa Mujeres' COVID protocol page. As you can see over here, the resort is offering a complimentary stay at no additional cost to those guests who test positive for COVID-19 for a maximum of 14 days. Now obviously it's not going to be the same for all the other hotels, and this is the other hotel we stayed in. It's called Mia Reef in Isla Mujeres, and they actually charge $80 per night for your quarantine stay per person. So as you can see, this adds up real quick. So if there's 3 of you and you need to quarantine for 14 days, that's over $3,000 that you need to be prepared to spend just in case you test positive for COVID. Now that's a lot of extra money to spend, especially being stuck in a room quarantined. Now personally, I like to pick the hotels that offer complimentary quarantine stay in the event that you test positive. That way I don't end up spending a ton of extra money for quarantine. Now let's summarize what we talked about in this video. Before you book your hotel, check the hotel's COVID testing price and quarantine cost. Schedule your COVID test as soon as you arrive at the hotel. Make sure you print the negative COVID test result before heading back to the airport. And charge your phone. You're going to need it to scan the QR code to fill out the COVID questionnaire that's required to go into the gates. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this video useful, and like always, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know anyone that's going to Mexico or planning to go to Mexico, make sure you share them this video so they have a heads up on what the experience is going to be like flying back to the United States. I also have a lot of other videos in my channel that I posted during my Mexico trip, so make sure you check them out. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.